NBA, the National Blowout League. Changed my mind. Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday morning. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake here. Got a small 4-game slate on our hands, but like I opened up with, the NBA, the National Blowout League. I feel like it's been like this for a while now. 12 games last night. We had between 5 and 6 that were blowouts. What is it? Is it just these kids that play these days just don't want to be competitive? Like, they just don't care. They're too comfortable, got so much money that they get down. They just don't want to fight back. They know they don't have a chance to win. We have too many dominant teams. I don't know. But makes for a bad product, man, when you're trying to, on multiple levels to watch it when it gets like that. It's kind of rough. So what's your thoughts on all that? Because it feels like it's more prevalent this year than it has been in last. And I'm kind of curious what your guys' viewpoint is on that. But hey, got a 4-game slate here. Yesterday was a dumpster fire with all those blowouts, man. I mean, Reggie Jackson only played 15 minutes. Time Lord only played 19 minutes. Spurs lost by 30, so he got the rebounds but not the assists. Porzingis, the old cover boy, he came through with us, but Barrett shot 6 for 22. Just everywhere we looked. The blowouts just absolutely killed these things. And again, it's frustrating, and hopefully we get some more competitive games. But again, 4-game slate here. If you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you find any of this information useful in your process of making your plays, and let's just dive right into this today. All right, as you can see, I have the NBA Prizepicks desktop version up here. If you don't have an account, make sure you head on over to Prizepicks.com and use that promo code DFSArmy and get a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And again, we got a small slate on our hands here. I only got one official play, and then I'm going to talk about 5 of them that I'm on the fence with, and maybe you want to play them or dig a little bit more into them. But there's only really one play that I do love, and I will save that till last, and we'll talk about the 5 that I'm kind of in between on right now. And maybe you want to dig a little bit more into them, or maybe you want to mix and match them with the one play that I do love. But again, let's talk about the 5 that I'm kind of on the fence with real quick. First one, rebounds. I'm going Chris Middleton here with rebounds. He put up 5 rebounds against Minnesota the last time they played. The juice is on heavily on the under, around -145. Even though Minnesota is ranked 23rd in rebounds allowed, he went over this mark in 3 of his last 10 games. So he's not really doing it there. We've got a high total, though, 243, with Milwaukee favored by 3.5. So, it's a good game environment for him for rebounds, but, the stats are kind of saying he hasn't hit there very often. So I'm on the fence with it just because of that total, and there's times where, if Portis gets in foul trouble or Giannis gets in foul trouble, where he can be more of a rebound effect. And so that's kind of why I'm leaning on this right now. But again, he averages 34 minutes a game over his last 5. He's going to be more of the scorer when they're completely healthy here, so he's not really worried about rebounds. But that doesn't mean he can't grab them. It's just, again, one of those situations where I'm going to lean the under here. The next one we're going to look at here is assists, and there's 2 of them that I was looking at here, and they're both. First, we'll look at Chris Middleton. I was looking at the over for him. Again, he looks like more of the scorer and the facilitator and not so much the rebounder. So I was definitely looking at the over for Chris Middleton here. He's went over this mark in 6 of his last 10 games. Did only put up 5 assists against Minnesota last time they played, but Minnesota's ranked 25th in assists allowed. The juice is on the over at around -135, -140 out there, so people are hitting the over on this. Again, it's a good game. It's a good game environment. It's pretty heavy. If Pat Bev is going to be, harassing Drew Holiday all game, maybe Chris Middleton has the ball in his hands a little bit more to get some of those assists or some fast breaks to get to Giannis for some dunks. So I do like the over with him. And then same kind of deal, Drew Holiday. I like the under on 7 assists for Drew Holiday here. Juice is on the under here as well, around -130, -135. He's only went over this number in 4 of his last 10 games. Again, I think with putting on now, he didn't play this last game against Minnesota. So I do think that, you know, could he still hit this? Yeah, I still think it's a little bit of a high number with what he's done in the past. The teams that he did go over: Atlanta, Phoenix, Miami, and Charlotte. Um, again, Pat Bev is going to be all over him. I don't think he's a fantastic defender, but he is like an annoying mosquito. So we're gonna lean the under here. But again, I don't know if they're official plays yet. I only got the one. But those two kind of stood out. We got a small card. Look, there's only eight guys here we can choose from assist, and I don't really like a lot of these other plays, so that's why I was looking there. Ant feels like a little too low, but again, you know, when they're fully healthy, it's really hard to trust this team. And this is a 5 p.m. Game here. We only got 4 on tap, 3 on the main slate, and 1 early. So with both teams healthy, it's really hard to say who's going to do what here. We'll move on to the next one, and 3-pointers made is the other one. I didn't like any points, rebounds, and assists. I looked here. Boy, if you were in our DFSArmy VIP chat, our boy Will dropped something around 1 o'clock in the morning that they actually screwed up Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton's points, rebounds, and assists. They were extremely low. And he posted them in there for our, you know, the subscribers over there at DFSArmy to grab them. They actually had Chris Middleton at 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and they had Drew Holiday at 23.5. So someone screwed up, and then they ended up fixing it. But again, if you were in that chat, you could have grabbed both of those, and I would have smashed those overs on both of those. So again, kudos for him for posting that early in the morning. Hopefully some of our subscribers over there grabbed them. But yeah, points, rebounds, and assists. I didn't see anything that I absolutely loved here. Didn't really want to touch it. But 3-pointers made are very interesting for both Ant and D'Angelo Russell here. We all know that we beat Milwaukee at the 3-point line here. So I think we're going to see a lot of 3-pointers made. Milwaukee's defense is 30th in 3-pointers allowed, 14th in 3-point percentage allowed, and they're ranked 23rd in shooting guard against the shooting guard here. And if we look at, you know, D. Russ's minutes here, he's averaging 33 minutes a game, and he takes a ton of 3-pointers, man. Like, he took 11 the last time they played Milwaukee, and he made 3 of them. So at 2.5, I will take the over there all day long. He's averaging 7 3-pointer attempts a game over his last 10 games. And again, 11 against Milwaukee. And again, that's how you beat him. So I think these guys are going to be shooting a ton of threes. So I do like the over for Russell. If we do look at Anthony, and the juice is on the over on this as well. It's at a -125 for the juice on that. And then Anthony Edwards, same kind of deal here. He took 10 against Milwaukee. So again, they understand that these guys get the scouting reports too, man. They know that the way to beat these guys is to shoot the 3. And Anthony Edwards, since coming back, you know, from his long stint of injury, he's put up quite a few threes. 8, 11, 8, then only 2 against the Spurs, but then 11 against the Lakers. And again, like I said, he put up 10 against Milwaukee, and he's done real well. I mean, he's shooting really well. Over those 5 games, he's hit 2, 4, 3, and then 1, and then 6 against the Lakers. So I like to see a guy that's hitting form like that. The juice is massive on the over on him at -145 or -150. I really don't like playing these 3-pointer made plays, but a guy like him, if I had to choose one that's like borderline going to be a play that I play, it would be the Ant over, just with how well he's been shooting. He only hit 2 against Milwaukee last time, but again, if these guys are going to shoot 11 and 10 3-pointers, and Anthony Edwards' form is coming into play here, and you know, he can get super hot. So can D-Russ. It feels a little bit too low. I feel like the line should be at 3 or higher. So 2.5, I would jump on one of these, and I would lean Anthony Edwards. But again, they're both going to shoot a ton here. So yeah, those are the 5 plays that I'm kind of borderline on, and I'm talking myself more into this Anthony Edwards or D-Russ 3-pointers made over the other 3 that I mentioned. But I just want to talk about it when looking at the little bit of research that I could do on the small board here. And then the one I do like, the one that I'm going to play a ton of today, we're going to go LaMelo Ball, and we're going to go under 19.5 points here. Going up against Dallas. Dallas is ranked 2nd in points allowed, 1st in 3-pointers allowed, 2nd in 3-point percentage allowed, 7th in free throws allowed, and they're ranked 1st in point guard defense. I just feel like the juice is on the under as well, around -125. Yes, he's went over this in 3 of his last 5 games, but again, it's against Atlanta, OKC, a dumpster fire of a team. And then Brooklyn, I'd have to pull it up and see who was on that team, but they give up a lot of points as well. But again, playing Boston and the Pelicans, which has been good, just wiped out the Spurs last night. Didn't do very well. Played Cleveland, which is a good defensive team, only put up 2 points. Before that, Toronto only put up 13. So I believe, looking at the numbers and the defense and all that, he hasn't played Dallas this year. Dallas is coming on a back-to-back. They're favored by 225.5 over under. I do think we can take the under here with this. So that's what we're going to look at for this first look small card here. Official play, LaMelo Ball under, and then the plays if you want to look and dig a little bit more. Middleton under 5 rebounds, Drew under 7 assists, Middleton under 5 or over 5.5 assists, and then D-Russ and Ant Edwards over 2.5 3-pointers made, and I think I like those the most, just looking how you attack Milwaukee here. So again, quick breakdown, 4-game slate. Again, tell me your thoughts about the NBA being the National Blowout League. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments there. And again, I hope that the product gets better. And again, we are now, I will say, we are starting to creep into end of March, April NBA, where that tends to happen more often, but it just feels like throughout the year it's happened more often than the past. So let me know your thoughts. Hope you have a good Saturday and enjoy some NCAA basketball and a little NBA. I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.